Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to take a look at this Undead Frieza Army card. I think they're a fairly decent free-to-play unit. I do think though that they are going to suffer from the same problem as the Physical Sin Shenron, whereas I think their kit, like I have no problem with their kit, it's actually a very good kit. They just don't have like the team to be run on, right? So this Frieza is really focused on like the Revenge team and specifically Extreme Revenge units, and right now our only Revenge leader is a super class unit, right? So his super attack effect is supreme damage with a great chance of stunning the enemy. I do think that can be useful on Super Battle Road, especially if you're trying to do like the Revenge category, something like that, right? His passive is attack and defense 20% per Revenge category ally on the team. Revenge category allies get 3 key and attack and defense 30%. He performs a guaranteed crit if there is a Defenders of Justice enemy, or when all allies attacking in the turn are Revenge category extreme class characters. I think that part of his passive is really busted, because if you put him on a team where you have the floaters and his rotation is always extreme class Revenge, or eventually when you can do a full extreme Revenge team, like the fact that this guy is guaranteeing critting is like actually extremely powerful, right? And keep in mind that this guy's primary role is going to be as a support unit, so we're not expecting like insane crazy attack numbers out of him. Basically what I'm looking for is I want him to at least be in the 1.5 mil range, probably at least 100k plus defense, just so he can guard normals at least. And then, you know, you could probably put a bunch of dodge into him. So I recommend going full additionals on him. And on mine I did 11 crit, but I'm probably going to change it and just take off all the crit I can. And I'm going to put more into dodge, because realistically, you're going to want to use this guy in situations where he's guaranteed critting anyways. Otherwise, you're probably going to run different units. So I would just maximize this guy on additionals and then go into dodge, actually, right? So the thing with this guy is his categories can be kind of weird. And some of his links are kind of weird. So he's not like an instant like link up really great with a Final Form Frieza, and it's because he has that Army of the Dead in his name. So he's got a couple of weird links like, well, I mean, Revival, Prodigy, Shattering the Limit. You can find those on some Frieza units, but he doesn't have like that one really great perfect linking partner, right? And then he's missing some key categories like Wicked Bloodline. Because obviously the Army of the Undead is not Wicked Bloodline, so therefore that this card can't be on Wicked Bloodline, right? Because initially I was trying to find a team that I could run this guy on that would be full Extreme Revenge with a different category, and Wicked Bloodline would have done it because the Metal Coolers are all Revenge, but this guy isn't on Wicked Bloodline, so that was a huge bummer, right? So realistically I could run him on like Terrifying Conquerors. Strength Cooler isn't on Revenge, but I could just keep his rotation like with just him together and then run the rest Revenge category, right? So I did decide just to run the Bardock as the leader. Shout out to Baby Pluto in my Discord, because I needed a friend unit Bardock and I could not for the life of me find one. I think I had to refresh like 9 or 10 times. It's absolutely ridiculous. Dokkan definitely needs to fix the friend system. The good news with that is that I think November 15th they announced they're going to do a live stream for version Z, so hopefully we find out like everything that's coming with that, and then hopefully friend system revamp will be a big part of that, right? Now with this Bardock, he's going to be our Revenge category leader. Now him being super class does mess with the Frieza, but as long as Frieza's rotation is extreme, we're fine. So with Bardock being a transforming unit, I can just run him on rotation with himself and keep him away from our Army of the Dead Frieza, and we should be good to go. So basically on one rotation, I'm going to have the Bardock with himself, and then I'm just going to run my Army of the Dead Frieza with like the Int Metal Cooler. So I'm going to have this guy basically linked up with this guy here. He's one of the better linking partners. I think he shares 4 links with them, and he's a key support, like a key and attack defense support. We're going to run that guy as a floating support, and he is Revenge as well. Toa is a Revenge support, so we're going to run her as well. And then Transforming Frieza, we're basically going to have him floating around because I need big bad bosses, and I can get it from that Frieza. So we're going to kind of have a few things going on here, right? Alright, so once again, being that he gets 20% attack and defense per Revenge ally, So you want to make sure you focus on that, right? And he's at about 86k defense right now, which isn't crazy. But keep in mind, we are not getting the full passive. So we're losing 30% attack and defense because we're not on a full extreme rotation and we are not facing a Defenders of Justice enemy. So this is pretty much like, and he's non-supported. So this is pretty much his floor right here, right? So we'll just put him in slot 1. We'll see what kind of attack. So 86k defense isn't great. He doesn't get any defense on super, so that's basically where he is. This is good because we do want to take some damage. And he's at 1.16, which is not the craziest. But remember, this is basically his floor. We're going to see a much better attack stat than that later on, I believe, as we go through a couple of rotations, right? But yeah, 86k defense isn't that good. But I think that is also going to improve as we get more of his links active. And as we get him on a better rotation. So my plan is this Bardock is going to be floating off. And then from this point forward, we should have that extra passive with that extra 30% attack and defense, right? So this turn is going to be kind of a trash turn, not going to lie. Bardock literally shares no links with these guys. We're going to leave Bardock on rotation. So I'm probably just going to put Bardock in slot 1. We'll attack through and we're going to kind of see what happens here, right? So... yeah, no links there. You know, that's how it goes sometimes, right? So we'll just attack through. That Frieza in the middle, by the way, is very, very weak defensively. He's only at 51k defense. So if you're not sure what that Frieza is, I believe that's a GT Frieza, and he's farmable, and he has yet to awaken. So he's a level 100 unit. So in the future, that Frieza is going to be very valuable because he's a Frieza with a different name. He fits on a lot of teams, and he is a generic extreme class support. I believe right now he's 2 key in attack and defense 25%. So, I mean, if they easy A him and make him 3 key 30%, and then up his stats to make him relevant, like, he's going to be a legit option, right? This Metal Cooler I run all the time still, but, like, you can't bring this Metal Cooler into actual hard content. He'll get absolutely annihilated, right? Alright, so this is going to be a really good turn for our Frieza. This is a Big Bad Boss's turn, and we have support. So we're getting 3 out of 7 links, and we're getting a support there from Toa. She doesn't add anything for us, so I think I'm going to put my Undead Frieza in the front. We're at about 119k defense now, which is very good. Cooler here, yeah, he doesn't have Big Bad Bosses, so we're going to keep the Tech Frieza on rotation for another turn, because I want to see him with Big Bad Bosses and linked up with the Metal Cooler. I think that's going to be his best turn. And I think, yeah, we're not really at risk of dying here. Even though we're type disadvantaged, this Goku doesn't hit hard enough to kill us. So I really don't think we need to use an item here. So we're going to go ahead and attack through. Once again, now we're getting the extra 30% buff plus Big Bad Bosses. So we should see quite a jump here. I mean, the defense took quite a jump already. The attack stat, let's see. Yeah, 1.57. And so to me now, 1.57, you're in that good range for a support unit, right? And keep in mind, this Frieza is not Easy 8 yet. So I think last year, the Halloween unit was Easy 8 in April. Like, the Easy 8 happened very quickly. So this, I could see this guy Easy 8ing as soon as April 1st, which would be pretty nice. He'll get a lot better. I'm hoping that whenever they decide to Easy 8 him, that we have a Extreme Class Revenge leader by then. I think that would be really, really good. Like I said, I could see myself using him in a situation where I put him on Terrifying Conquerors maybe, and then just keeping the, you know, Strength Coolers on a different rotation. That could be an option. Who knows? But I feel like you know, Wicked Bloodline and Terrifying Conquerors, there's just so many good units that I don't see myself going out of my way on that team just to make this unit work. I think really we just gotta wait for that Extreme Revenge team to come out, and I think this unit's gonna be a natural fit on that team, and I think they're gonna look really, really good there, right? Alright, so the Bardocks we transform, they actually link quite well together. I think they're still getting 5 out of 7 links here. So they're not a bad rotation if you just want to leave them together. Units like that Bardock, Physical Golden Frieza, Strength Cooler, like, I just love the flexibility that units like that bring, where you can, like, somewhat quickly transform them and just run them on rotation together, right? Tech Ultimate Gohan is not one of those options. He actually links quite poorly with himself. His links change quite a bit. Alright, I think this is going to be our last turn here. You can see we're getting 5 out of 7 links. Big Bad Bosses. We have him next to Metal Cooler getting support. Yeah, yeah, I think, and we're only losing out on Prodigies, which is 10%. Revival wasn't giving any attack. I don't remember what it gets when it's leveled up, though. His links are all level 1 right now. So if we had better links, we are still leaving some attack on the table. But once again, you can't expect to like full level, you know, have all 7 links active all the time for these characters. So this is a very realistic look at this guy here, right? So 1.57 is what we were showing before. I forgot to grab the defense stat, but he's got to be in the 120 to 130 range. And there he is at 1.68, which is, once again, a solid attack stat. Now, keep in mind, these are guaranteed crits, right? So you give this guy additionals, and look what happens. He just additional guaranteed crit. So even though his attack stat isn't crazy, when you're guaranteed critting, you will always do damage to enemies, even like really tanky defensive ones. Those crits really pierce through, right? So anyways, guys, I think we'll call the video there. But let me know what you think of this Frieza and Undead army. Once again, I think they're very solid. I don't see myself using them a lot now. But in the future, if we get the proper team to run him on, I think they're actually going to be a very good, legit option to run. I think they're going to be very solid on Super Battle Road with the stunning they have in their kit. We didn't get to see the stunning in this video because Goku can't be stunned, right? But I could see them useful in there as well. And keep in mind, they got an easy A coming. So definitely grind him up. I think he's worth it. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you all next time.